Hi, I'm Andy Fry. I'm here at the TellyCast Digital Content Forum with Sam Barcroft of SWNS Media Group. Sam, a lot of us kind of know you as Creatorville, but tell us what you've done in the last year. What's changed?
Well, Creatorville's been acquired by SWNS, and that's a group of about six news-based companies, which all work together to help tell amazing factual stories for clients like the national newspapers and for brands that work with our PR company, 72 Point. So my job now is helping those companies as they kind of take bold steps forward into a digital-first future.
So what does that look like? What kind of things are you doing to take them into that future?
Well, really, it's just extrapolating what's already happening. We're already a major supplier of news stories, news pictures, and photography and news footage into all the mainstream media. And in our PR company and polling company, OnePoll, we already supply so many data insights and creative PR campaigns to major agencies and brands. It's really just working out how that all comes together in a media world that's converging more and more quickly. So helping ensure that our video is socially optimized, thinking about how we can take the amazing IP that our news agency develops into new distribution channels and upscaling it for streaming and things like that. So it's quite a big adventure, and I've got to know a lot of my new colleagues over the last 3 months, and they're helping me figure out the best next steps.
As you say, you've got the crucial things, the IP and the data, which is so much what informs this new digital economy, isn't it?
It is, and really, what I'm always surprised by when I work with our colleagues at OnePoll is how um, important it is for our clients to be able to see those numbers and to be able to understand how the public feel about various topics in the news and in culture, but also how people feel about their brands. And it's always the best way to start a pitch is here's what the world actually thinks of what you're up to at the moment. So it's a bit of a secret weapon, one poll for us in and how we are able to inform the world through our own panel of 20,000 people across the UK.
And what is the new structure meant for Creatorville?
So Creatorville really is now working as an innovation hub for the whole group. So we're still consulting with clients on how they can best position themselves in the kind of media space for this digital revolution, and that's still really important work that we love doing. But now more and more we're working with our partners at SWNS as they think about how they um, really move into other ways of supplying their content in cleverer, newer ways. And we supporting our um, colleagues across at 72 Point with what they're doing in brand first campaigns as well, and how they can be activated more successfully across the social video and influencer space.
So you've done yet another sterling job of moderating a panel at one of these forums. What would you say were the kind of key takeaways? We were looking at news provision in the digital age this time. So what were the key messages, do you think?
Well, I found it really fascinating that Sky, The Sun, and ITN are leaning in it's so energetically to video first focus. For Sky News to say on a panel that really their journalists now in forward planning think what's going to go out on social and digital before they think about what the package that's going to run on the news channel, the broadcast news channel, is revolutionary. For The Sun to say we're now turning into a video first brand, 10 years ago, if anybody had told you that the Sun newspaper, Britain's most read newspaper, was going to be a video brand in a decade's time, I think people have fallen off their their dining room seats. And for ITN to say for them as a major broadcast news provider that digital was their key focus at the moment in terms of innovation. So really that was my biggest take home. And then I suppose secondly it was that excitement about AI and the dual purpose of helping people do their jobs more easily. But then at the second hand, really the fact that they are known for trusted news. And in a world where people are more and more cautious about their news sources, trusted known brands are going to be much more powerful, I think, going forward.
Yeah, so I mean, AI cropped up a few times during the course of the day. Some interesting insights. What was your sense of how this group felt about AI? Did they feel it was a facilitative tool?
Well, it was interesting. Yes, there was some of that, and different people had different responses. Of course, I think John at the Sun said he felt like it was something to be innovated with carefully and slowly, and obviously, I think in a live news environment with thousands of pieces of content flying around all the time, being aware of the challenges that AI can bring in that environment in such a fast response up to the second news environment is obviously clever to be careful about those things. But interestingly, Kate at Sky was very much behind it as a enabler of their business and of their newsroom.
Sam, lovely to speak to you. Thank you for your time.
Always a pleasure, Andy. Thank you.